Hi, my name is Tanya Fredoffs. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in California. I wanted to talk to you today about something that I come across quite often. When I usually see couples for the first time, one of the questions I often ask is, so tell me how long this has been going on for. Like, when do you feel like you really started to struggle or things started to, get really hard? And sometimes I'll get couples that say, oh, for around 6 months or so, or maybe it's been going on for a year and we've been trying to work on it and it's getting worse and we, wanted to come in and get some support. But more often than not, what I hear is, oh, we've been struggling for like 5 years ever since we had our first kid, or 10 years, or more than 20 years. Some couples have come in and told me that they have had a rough relationship for their whole marriage. And clearly they love each other and they're committed. They've stayed in this relationship that is difficult for this long. They want it to work. And when I hear these things, it really kind of breaks my heart because I think about how important the marriage relationship is. This relationship that is really foundational, more important than almost any other relationship. And to try to do life and raise kids and work successfully and all those things with a relationship that feels rocky or not safe, or there's constant tension and fighting, or just not there for each other at all. You're just, not talking and just doing life side by side. That is such a struggle and such a hard thing to go through. And when I talk with people about what's taken them so long to come in, oftentimes I hear two things. Either it's too expensive or we don't have the time. And I get that. Like, counseling is not something that is cheap. However, it is an investment in your relationship. I think about those couples that have been married for over 20 years and struggling, and what a better quality of life they would have had if they were able to figure out how to support each other and show love for each other and see that in each other a really long time ago. I also think that when you think about the alternative to making your marriage better of ending up in divorce court, that's pretty expensive. I think that probably costs more than a year or two of marriage counseling. It's expensive financially and it's expensive emotionally. And it's really hard on your children and on other people in your lives that care about you. So when you think about it in those terms, maybe sacrificing the family vacation this summer, or using some savings, or deciding to, forego some things that you normally would have and live a little tighter in order to invest in your marriage, it is a long-term investment that is well worth it. As far as the time, I hear that as well. People work 40 plus hours a week and you have activities for your kids, sports and music and school things, and you're wanting to spend time with family and friends, and you're wanting to be involved in other things in your community. And it takes a lot of time. And all those things that you're doing are basically to better your quality of life, right? You want to have the money to do the things that you enjoy, to build memories with your family, to build into your kids so they become well-rounded adults. And those are all good things. But the thing is, your marriage is really the foundation for all those things. If you are struggling and having a hard time, it's going to affect your relationship with your kids. It's going to affect your work. It's going to affect how much you can enjoy doing all those things that you want to do. And although it might be really inconvenient, you might have to sacrifice an hour or two every week and take a longer lunch, or have to go in early to work or stay late so you can make up the time to come in, at 11:30 when it's not convenient for you. Again, if you think about the long-term investment of that, if you think about what time and energy it would take to be in divorce court, or how miserable it is to really need support when you're having a bad day with the kids but feeling like you can't go to your spouse because you guys are in such a rocky place that he or she doesn't help you feel better, it almost makes it worse. And if you're willing to invest that time and that money into this such a significant relationship, it will impact every area of your life, and it's totally worth it. So I encourage you, if you've been thinking about reaching out and getting counseling, and these or some other things are holding you back, consider the long-term benefits. Consider it as an investment and be willing to invest in your relationship and your family. One of the best things you can give your kids is them knowing that you love each other and you're strong together, and they see you working together and not against each other. One of the best things you can give yourself and each other is the same thing. Being in a relationship where you feel safe and secure and supported, and you can share what's on your heart and you feel understood, is such a gift and such an important part of living the rest of your life in the way that you want it to. Thanks so much for being with me today. Bye-bye.